Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Belconnen Basketball Stadium. Davey J here in the commentary booth for a double header of grand finals as part of our Prem 2 coverage, thanks to Wonky. It's going to be an absolute belter. Our first game of the night is the Prem 2 Women's. It is, a classic North v South. Which side of the lake? It's a lake battle. Which lake's better, Tuggeranong or Ginninderra? It is the Rats versus the Vikings. Joining me in the booth is Emily Hart, a Prem 2 player from Tuggeranong Southern Cross. Plenty of experience at this, and a rep coach as well, so knows the ins and outs. Coached under 12s this year, under 12s girls, so it's a good one. G'day, Emily, how are you going?
Good, how are you?
I am super excited. Last night was just a teaser, an entree for tonight, because both the teams here that are playing, lots of experience, lots of youth. It is going to be an absolute cracker of a battle, and you would have played against both of these teams throughout the season.
Yeah, so both of these teams, there's a good mix of youth and experience. Vikings are probably a little bit more experienced. However, Rats did go 16-0 this season.
Undefeated, so, yeah, that's going to be they're the team to beat, that's for sure. Finished on top on 48 points. Tuggeranong Vikings not too far away with 11 wins and 5 losses and 40 points. Head-to-head, they only came up against each other once this year, and it was the Rats who defeated the Vikings 61-38. That was in September a couple of weeks ago. But a lot of games have happened in between. Semi-finals last week, a couple of good battles, very similar scores as well. I saw the Vikings made their way to the big dance by defeating Dodgers 51-34, and the Rats saw off North 56-32. So in terms of those points, I think it'll be very close. But I tell you what, plenty of exciting players to get around. We've got some interesting players, including for the Vikings, Grace Silverberg, who's averaging 12.29 points per game. Caitlin Preston averaging 10.56 points per game. Ashley Jones, she was last year's MVP in the P2 women's. She's averaging 8.94, but certainly a really good contributor right across the board for the Vikings. Over on the Ginninderra Rats as well, their leading point scorer is Alison Francis, averaging 10.53 points per game. Kath McMullen, the captain for tonight in number 40, she's averaging 9.73 points per game. She certainly is one of those players that we'll need to keep an eye on. Lots of experience, like Emily mentioned. And Maddie Hunt, averaging 9 points per game. Her and Alison played in last night's grand final as well, which the Rats they were defeated by the Dodgers in a classic one. Do you think they'll use that as some motivation to make sure that the record goes the other way, Emily?
Definitely, and that experience will help them lead this team tonight to hopefully to a victory for the Rats from their point of view.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, a couple of other players to keep an eye on. Erica Cooper, she's one of the Rats under-19 Division 1 players who's quickly making her mark in the senior into the P2 women's side, and she's very quick off the mark, and she's got a good outside shooting option. And Ileana Matajevic and Bronte Ridley, solid support on the scoring front. If the Vikings are looking to try and contain players like Alison Francis and Kath McMullen, these two have certainly got the capability to step up and add some scores, don't they?
Well, Rats definitely have lots of depth and great talent, so if one person's not having their night, I'm sure someone else will be able to stand up.
Yeah, we mentioned some of the players who are doing exceptionally well in the scoring front for the Vikings. Grace Silverberg, keep an eye on her. She's the leading point scorer for the Vikings team and will be a really big focal point for the attack. Caitlin Preston as well, that second scoring option. You need a couple of stars just so that the defence is in two minds about where the points are coming from. But keep an eye out for Jessica Mead, because she will be, she'll be contributing plenty throughout the game. That's the coach, Dave Mead, for the Vikings. And for the Ginninderra Rats, it is Michael Haynes and Maria Warner doing double duty. Again, using the motivation of last night's defeat. I reckon they'll have learnt from that and really rub off on it on the team tonight.
I'm sure they're both experienced coaches and they'll know what they're doing, so these girls will be ready to go.
Yeah, exactly. We're about, just over 30 seconds away from tip-off. We'll run through the starting five for both teams. For the Vikings, it is number 3, Ashley Jones, number 7, Caitlin Preston, the captain, Megan Defoe, or as she likes to be called, the Mega Defoe.
Yes.
She'll have a lot to say, I'm sure, as captain and on the court in points. Jess Mead and Grace Silverberg rounds out the starting five for the Vikings. While for the Ginninderra Rats, it is number 6, Joanna Sykes, number 19, Bronte Ridley, number 22, Alison Francis, 37, Madeline Hunt, and Kath McMullen in number 40, the captain. So we're looking forward to it. This is going to be pretty exciting. I'm really, really excited.
It's going to be a great game.
It's all female affair too in the referee department. Kirsty Butner and Katie Galvin taking the whistle for this game. Both experienced referees at this level, and they'll certainly take no nonsense.
Last night we saw both games with both teams being a little unsettled at the start. I think whoever can settle first could get off to a really good start in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. It seemed to have plagued both men's and women's last night. Both teams sort of feeling each other out. Nobody really took the ascendancy until at least the second quarter. Let's hope that it's a little bit more certain, a little bit more sure of themselves before too long in this one. We'd like to see some decent scores in that first quarter and really sort of just pile of points on, I reckon.
Hopefully lead up to a really close game, an exciting game.
Yeah, absolutely. We're about to get underway here at the Belconnen Basketball Stadium. I hope you're enjoying the live stream. As they say in the classics, let's get it on. And that's McMullen just tipping away there from the tip-off. The Rats get the ball, collects it, shoots high. Oh, good defence. Able to get that rebound. The Vikings come away with it. Through Jones. Jones into Preston, finding Silverberg. Inside to Jones. Oh, a good start there, 2 points.
That's great ball movement to start off with, getting it inside and then kicking it back out.
Yeah, absolutely. That was Mead there with the opening 2 points for the game. Moving around the top, the Rats. Nice open shot there. 22, Alison Francis. We said her experience in the P1 women's grand final last night will certainly help. And she settled them with a nice shot there, 3-2 to, well, make it nice and close, nice and early.
Definitely. We'll give her a good confidence to go through for the rest of the game now too.
It's a little turnover there just off the foot of the Vikings player. The Rats come away with it. And then that's through Francis. Finds Ridley on the outside, looks inside for Hunt. Gets it back out to Francis, on top of the arc. Found herself open. Bright idea there. That long pass, or that short pass into Hunt on her way to the key, just unable to control it.
The Vikings did a great job of collapsing on that inside look then.
Oh, they caught a jump ball early. Both teams pretty eager to get their hands on the ball and show what they've got. Now, for those of you not from the area, the P2 is the next level down from P1, as it says, but it's a great opportunity for young players coming out of the junior ranks in the 19s in stepping into senior basketball for the first time. A lot of good players filtering through both on the way up and on the way back down after their Prem 1 career.
Great move inside.
Nice move there by McMullen, showing that experience. I expect a big game from her as the captain. The Vikings find that pass inside. A strong rebound. Already McMullen leading the way for the Rats. Oh, good bounce pass, just unable to gather that one, Ridley. It bounced off the forward, straight into the waiting arms of Joanna Sykes.
The Rats really ran the floor really well then, and I think that's going to be a strength of theirs before their youth.
Yeah, certainly a lot of younger players on the Rats team, and sprinkled through the Vikings team as well. Sometimes when you're young, you just go for it. You run hard and see what happens. Got a little bit less regard for your body and any injuries. You just go out and play. The joy of playing. Just off the foot there of Defoe. Slowing it down, catching their breath. Rats have skipped out to a 7-2 lead off the back of that running game. And finds Francis.
Good D for the Vikings.
Call to travel there.
Vikings really scrambled there and were able to shut them down in that set.
Yeah, double teamed that drive from Ridley as well. It's put a lot of pressure. And again, good defensive pressure by Ridley, coming back hard at them. Head to the line. There's Jones looking to add a few and just draw that lead back to a handful of points early. Really leading the attack there, Francis. Looking out to Sykes, just unable to make that jump shot. Wide open there, so there has been good movement, a good player movement. We're finding a few players that are open for those shots. Couple of subs both ways there. Juliana Matajevic coming in for the Rats.
Bit unlucky there from Grace Silverberg. She was looking to be aggressive, just lost control at the end.
See a lot of traffic in the key there on that occasion. Just really clogged it up with a lot of bodies, nowhere to go forward, come away with it. And again, just a little bit long. Those combinations early just looking to settle into the game. Lily Cunningham coming on for the Vikings. And Maddie Norton also checked in for the Rats. The sub. There's Bronte Ridley coming off. Erica Cooper taking the floor.
That was a great post up for Matijevic. Then she's a really versatile player, so I'm really looking forward to see what she can do in this game.
Yeah, long arms, long legs. Athletic as well. Very good attributes for modern day basketball, those good wingspan as well. Again, strong offensive rebound there from the captain, McMullen, for the Rats. They've been able to keep it. Francis drives through. Bob's in for two. She's going to pop up everywhere, I think, Alison Francis.
Great pass from Maddie Norton there, too. Just coming on the court for the first time.
Skipping around the top through Defoe. Preston caught in a little bit of traffic. Coaching staff of the Rats have done a good job early identifying the key threats from the Vikings, looking at shutting down and double teaming them where they can. A good example there. Ashley Jones unable to get through the double wall of Rats defenders. And a shot there from Matijevic.
Rats looking to settle it down here by the looks of things.
Going to start getting a few of those dropping. There's 10-2. It's not panic stations yet, and they're getting good looks. Just unable to convert the points. There's Cooper. Nice little one, like a gunslinger there from a hip. Banked it off the glass for those 2 points and extends the lead to 10 for the Ginninderra Rats.
We've already seen the depth for the Rats in their first substitutions. They've come on and already contributed on the scoreboard.
Yeah. And it's the best way to do it. You want to look long on your bench too, so you've got options, and it makes the defenders really, really have to work and really guess and work hard to work out where those threats are coming from. Just a little bit short on that one. Just kisses off the front of the rim. There's substitutions. Grace Silverberg comes off. Holly Scotcher takes the court.
She's another young player that can hit the shot from outside the perimeter and can also drive aggressively and finish.
Yeah, she looks like she's got some decent foot speed about her as well. Good lateral movement there. She tries to match it. Francis. Good sign for the Rats. 3 players going for that loose ball. Norton into some heavy traffic. Oh, smart move by the captain there. Meg Defoe just bouncing it off her captain
Very
rival.
smart.
Yeah, get that ball back. Didn't have much room to work with down there on that baseline, but have come away with it. I'm sure Coach David Mead is just saying, yep, we're going okay. We've just got to get those baskets. Finds that open player, finds Preston. Just a little bit too long on that occasion. Right idea once again. Erica Cooper running the floor hard. Norton finds Ridley. Defensive rebound is from Preston, Caitlin Preston. Just a little bit too
Great
much.
follow.
Yeah, very nice work and a putback. They certainly need that. There's Lily Cunningham there with the 2 points. Looks out to Cooper. Inside on Matijevic. A bit of attention there, but a Vikings player was the last one to touch it. A slight size advantage, the Vikings, yet they haven't looked to press through the key. Do you think that'll be something that they look to in the later stages of the game?
Certainly. They've got a big height advantage over Rats and experience in their bigs, so they know how to work down there.
And once again, He's called for travel there, one step too many. Let's look to take advantage of it through Everett, just checked in. It's Gemma Everett. Erica Cooper strong again, looks to drive in. Everett. Oh, good offensive rebound, just plucked it out of the hands of the Vikings player.
Good pressure from Scotcher, tipping it out.
Oh, good pass, inbound pass there. Ridley drawing the foul. Wasn't in the act of shooting. That'll be a baseline ball to the Rats. Hold an 8-point lead as Metajevic and Norton take a seat. Everett, Cooper, Sykes. And number 12, Beth Way. Yeah, that's what they need, Beth Way, just making plenty of room inside the key. And the offensive rebounds. Oh, nice work there, just didn't finish quite right. The smallest players, Erica Cooper getting the rebound, but tied up with the Vikings player for a jump ball.
I've been really impressed by Holly Scotcher so far. She's come in with lots of energy, and that's exactly what they need.
Oh, exactly. Those good 2 points there from Gemma Everett. So Joe Sykes. Cooper just getting control of the ball, able to use that screen by Sykes. Puts it out to Ridley. Ridley caught there, nice defensive work by Meg Defoe. Inside pass away, nice bounce pass. And a nice finish, this time from Gemma Everett.
That's an awesome pass. I did not see that cutter coming through, but she wasn't even facing her and was able to find her.
Yeah, just right where she needed it, had her hands out in front, so all your under-12s girls who are watching, I'm sure they were going, ooh, good call. So make sure you show them that and circle that when you play your efforts here tonight. Bethway at the top there. Another good pass. The key. The same result that time. Plenty of pressure.
Holly Scotcher again in the middle of it.
Yeah, not much Bethway could do with that one. So they had to resort to the foul. Scotcher was definitely off to the races. And pass. On again. Good defensive effort. Finding it very difficult to imprint their game plan early, the Vikings. That seem to have their measure at both ends of the court at the moment. Another good crowd in here. The live stream can't see it, but good group of supporters for both clubs sitting behind the benches on the far side. I'd like to welcome them all to the Belconnen Basketball Stadium. I'd also like to welcome you as well out there in live stream land.
Really excited to see Emily Leslie on the court. I played a lot with Em and played against her, and one of her strengths is her energy and her attacking the boards, and that's hopefully she can give that to the Vikings and help them make a bit of a run here.
They're running hard there, Emily Leslie, as you can see, running straight through the middle of the key. Scotcher doesn't use her, doesn't need her. And she goes for that shot. That's it, the end of the quarter there. And it is 16-4. The Rats have got a healthy 12-point lead over the Tuggeranong Vikings. A little bit of work to do for the Vikings in making sure they imprint themselves. The Rats travelling very, very nicely thus far here at Belconnen Basketball Stadium. Let's talk about the Rats. Any advice? What are your observations in that first quarter? How do you feel they're travelling anywhere they can improve, or do you think they've that quarter was pretty much spot on what they wanted?
It's a great start. Expected nerves, but they came out firing straight away. I think they'll just need to continue to watch those boards and really push the ball.
Yep.
Because they're a lot younger and they'll be able to run the floor really nicely.
Yeah, exactly. A couple of standouts in that quarter. It was, the captain, Kath McMullen, with a few key defensive rebounds and a few offensive rebounds and a few points from that. Very impressed with Bronte Ridley as well, managing to, control the play. And Alison Francis, another one who will have a big bearing of how the Rats go today. She's doing exceptionally well. Over on the Vikings, like we've mentioned, they've got those big bodies, but they seem to be getting caught a little bit on their foot speed because of the youth of the Rats, it seems, and they're just unable to get those clear shots. And again, after last night's games, I think some little cheeky monkeys come in and put Gladrap over the. They haven't taken the Gladrap off the ring at that end, so it's getting points at is really at a premium at the moment.
Definitely. The good thing for the Vikings is there's a long way left to go in this game, and they're only down by 12. With their experience, if they can get on a run, I could definitely see them coming back. Yeah,
exciting. Hopefully the coach, Dave Mead's imparting his knowledge to the Vikings along similar lines. And I know that the coaching duo of Michael Haynes and Maria Warner for the Rats will certainly be doing their very best to try and keep that momentum going with the team from Ginninderra. So if you're out there watching on the live stream, thanks to Wonky, jump onto our Facebook page and make sure you comment on which lake's better, Lake Tuggeranong or Lake Ginninderra. It could have a bearing on the thing, They're both beautiful lakes, natural assets that we've got here to get out there and enjoy over the summer. But I tell you what, they're sweating it out here. They are the best representatives of North and South in this Prem 2 women's game. Entering the game for the Vikings is Michaela Turner, 0-0. She's joined on the court by Caitlin Preston. Jordan Hoadley for the first time. Emily Leslie. And Scotcher.
Looks like Vikings are in a 2-3 press, Rats are in a 2-3 press, which is really clogging up the key, making it difficult for the Viking big girls to get in there and work down in the paint.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw Beth Way set a big screen there and roll towards the basket. Got that good bounce pass, but just got caught on the arms by Turner. For the foul, sends it to the line.
2-3 zone, not press.
Way makes the first one. Yeah, just stepped over the line there on that one, just lost a balance. Momentum going forward. On the court at the moment for the Rats. It's Cooper. Ridley. Everett. Way. And Sykes. Both teams match up pretty well at the moment.
Beth Way's doing a great job in that zone, at the back of that zone, telling her players where to go.
Yeah, absolutely. You need that. Lots of talk. Certainly required. Yeah, big battle there. Some very strong ladies going for that ball in that key. Big screens being set and try and open up for both teams. They're at the top there trying to find some open players. Beth Way has it tapped away by Jessica Mead. Not sure if that's a shot or a pass, but they nothing sort of come about it other than the Vikings collecting the ball. Good bounce pass in there. Just a push from Way, called for on Turner.
Vikings had a great defensive set down there. Hopefully they can capitalise on it and score here.
Well, we don't count that points, but heading to the baseline, they'll still have it down here in good position. Just need to get a couple of points there to get their offense moving. Score bench just clarifying with the referee. As Mead finds Preston. Oh, it was almost there. Good cut from Silverberg, just didn't get the ball. They've got it back to Vikings, going to have another look. Finds Preston, open player, fakes, just settles. Comes back around for Silverberg. There's Cooper on the left. Oh, and gets that basket. Nice work from Grace Silverberg. They certainly need her to start hitting a few. Draws the and one.
Well, it's such a tough and confident drive going right into the big bodies inside.
Yeah, absolutely. Forced to change from the Rats bench with Wade coming off. With her third foul. It's not even 2 minutes into this second quarter. Oh, that hit just about every part of the ring except the bottom of the net, unfortunately. But drawn it to within 11, 17-6. The Rats still lead in this Prem 2 Women's Grand Final.
Strong rebound from Preston there.
Yeah, very strong. Oh, good spot. Good spot, Preston. Gets that offensive rebound after the wayward shot.
Talked about it at quarter time, but that's something Rats will really need to keep an eye on, is boxing out those plays inside.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Mead against Hunt on that occasion, and it was Hunt that's come away with the foul. An opportunity to add to the lead. 17-8, a little mini run for the Vikings. Also some changes by the Rats coaching, with Francis and McMullen back on the court. Hunt gets that one. And fails on the second attempt. Silverberg looking to use some cover. Jones over the top there, Preston directing play, sets the screen there, nice inside pass, just a little bit too hard off the glass. You can't afford to go into your shell if you keep missing. You've just got to keep trying and trying to break through, don't you, until you do get those points.
Definitely. There's only one way to get out of a slump, and that's to keep shooting.
Keep shooting, exactly.
And Ash Jones has been a strong performer for them all season, so she really needs to just keep going at it. They will drop eventually.
And just a little pass. We'll say it's a pass and put it in the assist column there for Jones. She found Mead. The Rats off again through Francis and Cooper. Cooper inside to McMullen. Off the glass. That's how it's done. Oh, good defence there. Francis was right on Silverberg there before she even got the ball. It just had nowhere to go but over the sideline. Captain, Defoe. Just lost sight of the bird. Took her eyes off the ball there, Silverberg. Oh, and a good team play there. And 3 defenders back to help out. Silverberg looking to atone for that turnover in their last trip down the court. Defoe's not going to get past Sykes using speed.
Maddie Hunt's doing a great job defending Jess Mead and their other bigs down there, making it real difficult for them to get to work in the post.
Oh, good pass from Francis. Finds McMullen again. And big bearing on the game. Alison Francis, as we mentioned, averaging 10.53 points per game. But it's her assists at the moment and her general play and direction and offense that has really impressed me in this quarter and a half of this grand final.
Ever since she's come back on a couple of minutes ago, she's stopped that run from the Vikings and got on Rats on a mini run of themselves.
Yeah, good work there. Big future for her. Keep pressing hard in this competition and stepping up into, well, she's had a taste of it last night in the Premier 1. She'll be looking to cement a position in there full time, I'd say, in the next few years. It's 22-8. Just extend their lead. Starting to creep out a little bit for the Rats. Now, my maths isn't all the best. 14 points, is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Excellent. I didn't quite have my glasses on to see it and do the mathematics, but 14 points. As we did last night at half-time, which is just under 6 minutes away, we'll be presenting the Premier 2 Women's Annual Awards, MVP, Coach of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year and Leading Scorer, so make sure you stick around for that. Some very worthy winners of that. Don't want to spoil anything just yet, so you'll just have to hold on for 5 minutes 44 or so, and we'll get those out here at the Belconnen Basketball Stadium. It's been a good year across both Prem 1 and Prem 2 in both the men's and women's competition. The men's Prem 2 Grand Final coming up a little bit later, about 8:30.
So far in this quarter, Rats have committed 14 fouls. So Vikings can be aggressive. They can get themselves to the line every foul that's been committed now for the rest of the quarter.
Yeah, and plenty of time too to really claw back through that method. I think that's what Meg Defoe was looking for on that occasion, but the call didn't go her way. She did drive it in as you predicted. Francis again, good balance. Just bounced it on the line, Sykes.
That was great D from Caitlin Preston down there.
Yeah, whether unforced or forced errors, it's always good not to get a score from the opposition on your defensive end, and on that occasion they were lucky to get away with it. Looks like an off the ball block there, blocking foul. A little bit too aggressive there from Mead. Setting the screen. Andy Norton in charge of the ball now. Looking to find some good D by Defoe. There's McMullen. Francis. He's got two people to get past. Next to Sykes. Just coughs it up just before the shot clock. The Vikings come away with it.
This will be the bonus, so
yeah.
They're making the most of that.
Yeah, it's a bit cynical to foul so high on the defensive end for the Rats there, knowing that they are on those team fouls. Basically marching them down to the other end of the court, allowing them to get a couple of points or the opportunity for a point or two.
Vikings will certainly take it though. Hopefully Jess can get her eye in here.
Well, just off the front there of the ring. This one looks a bit better. Successful on that second attempt, Jess Mead. Takes it to 22-9. Rats don't want to let their standards slip. 5 minutes remaining in this half. Give them too much of an opportunity. And McMullen again. There's the foul. And Jones, not a bad matchup there. Similar height, similar builds.
McMullen's got great footwork down in the post. I remember I had a nightmare of guarding her when we versed her because she used her feet brilliantly and got herself to the foul line lots and made lots of shots.
Yeah, not a lot of room down there, either on the baseline, defending hard and using that baseline as an extra defender, but still manages to get through, or at least come up with the foul. She's done that a couple of times during this game. So at the top of the key, trying to find some open players. Still got a hold of the ball, lucky to get away with it there. A good block by Hunt. Defoe with the foul. Milicevic checking back in for the Rats. Both on that 5 foul situation now, so. The remainder of this half, they'll need to be pretty prudent about their fouls. Shot there from young Norton. Managed to make both of those. Good defensive pressure as well on Preston. On Norton. McMullen down low on Jones. Just unable to convert there. The drive was good, got into a little bit of open space. Francis using that screen set by Hunt. A little bit too hard off the glass for the skipper from the Rats. Well done by Norton. Bring it back in. Yeah, these young girls have come to play, Emily.
They don't look nervous at all.
Well, they're really sort of, playing to their strengths. Not letting the occasion get to them. Oh, great pass. Oh, Francis just unable to finish there, Milicevic. And another turnover. Not happy, captain on captain. No foul called on that occasion. It's Francis again. Frustrating the attack. Didn't come away with it. Pretty solid option going into to McMullen there. Push 2 shots. They start creeping into double figures. It's heading out a little bit, 18 points.
Rats are doing a really great job of playing physical defence without fouling. Obviously, they just fouled them, but a lot of possessions they haven't fouled, making it really difficult for Vikings to get into what they want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, like we've alluded to, the strength inside for both teams is... Oh, great shot by Norton there. 3-pointer, kicks it out to 30-9. Starting to creep away from them. They've got a lot of work to do. It's a good bounce pass into Hunt. That jump ball there.
Vikings did a great job of collapsing on that pass and not letting her have an easy look.
Yeah, they're setting the screen, some of the bigs for the Rats, and they're opening up and they're getting plenty of space. Beth Wade did it a couple of times when she was on, and we just saw it there as well. But yeah, on that occasion, the Vikings just shut it down. Big 3. Another one. Oh, they're feeling it, the Rats.
Their young guards are leading the way for them at the moment, especially Norton and Francis.
Good inside option there. Kicks it back out. Finds Defoe. Let's fly. Oh, good rebound though. Grace Silverberg just unable to control it. She's in the right position there for that missed shot. Let go when you've got a lead like the Rats do. Jevic this time looks to use the skills. Maddie Hunt, good spot, good shot.
Another great pass from Ali Francis.
Yeah, been very impressed with Francis' first half. Coming up to half time.
She showed composure well beyond her years in this game and leading her team.
Yeah, very impressive indeed. And again, gets that intercept, looking to push the ball down court. Finds Norton, great pass, baseball style pass. Oh, just through the hands. And Scotcher into McMullins. Couldn't make it pay, but certainly everything they touch at the moment, the Rats, is coming up trumps for them. 5. Oh, that was looking pretty good off the hands for Scotcher, but unfortunately doesn't fall. Well, this half-time here at the Belconnen Basketball Stadium, 35-9. The Ginninderra Rats are leading the Tuggeranong Vikings. We're going to take a break very shortly and present our annual awards. So we will be back very, very soon. Emily, I'll get your thoughts when we come back in a minute. But until then, check it out and see who the winners of this year's Prem 2 awards are. Defensive player of the year.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Belconnen Basketball Stadium for the Prem 2 Women's Grand Final here. A little bit of work from both teams to get the second half going. But while they are taking a break and getting instructions from their coaches, we'd like to present the annual awards. We'd like to start with the Defensive Player of the Year. And the winner for 2020 from Norths is Madeline Wallace. Put your hands together for Madeline. She's not here tonight, but her coach has offered to come up and grab that award. Tony Cotton, if you're here, Tony. Thanks very much, Tony. Well done, Tony, and well done to Madeline as well for winning that award. Next up for the Prem 2 Women is our Coach of the Year. We'd like to put your hands together for this year's winner from the Stallions, Remy Zabo. Excellent work, congratulations Remy, well done. And I tell you what, all you other coaches out there, that's how you dress to come and collect an award. Well done Remy, you're looking very stylish. Next up, we'd like to award the leading scorer. And in Prem 2 Women for 2020, that leading scorer from Norths is Nalani Makunde. Big round of applause for Nalani. There she is, coming around the back. Fantastic work. And it's handy to know that you're so close, Nalani, because you're also the winner of the MVP for 2020 for the Prem 2 Women. Congratulations. Excellent. Well done to all of our winners, and congratulations. We'll get back to the action here very, very shortly at Belconnen Basketball Stadium in our Prem 2 Women's Grand Final.
Well, the awards there for the Prem 2 women. The annual awards, well done, of course, to all those winners you would have heard. We'll run through them again. Coach of the Year, Remy Zabo from the Stallions. Defensive Player of the Year, Madeline Wallace from Norths. And leading scorer and MVP, Nalani Mukunde from Norths as well. Congratulations to them. You would have played against a lot of those players, and thoroughly deserved to all the winners.
Definitely. Nalani too, she's super tough in the post. I had to match up against her a few times, and she's so big and strong and a great finisher as well.
Yeah, excellent. So well done to all those winners. Big game thus far, lots to go. The Vikings have a lot of work to do. We'll go through some of the ones who have impressed me in both teams. For the Vikings, as you've mentioned, one of your little favourites, Holly Scott, she's been pretty impressive, as well as Ash Jones and Caitlin Preston. She's had to have a big bearing on how they've been going at the moment. Not quite where they want to be, only 9 points, so they need to find some scoring options on that end. Their defence hasn't been too bad in the paint, but they have let in, 35 points, and that's come courtesy of, plenty of players. Kath McMullen has scored a few, that's for sure. Madeline Hunt starting to find her range, but the one that's impressed me most, and what we've been talking about for quite a while, Alison Francis, she's really stamped her authority on this game, and it will be a big bearing for them to continue going through. How did you see it?
Certainly. So Vikings made a little run in that second quarter, but Rats have been able to answer every little run at the moment and find an answer for it. Different people stepping up. Ali's been really consistent throughout the whole game, but players like Norton and McMullen and Hunt have come in and provided really valuable minutes. Yeah,
absolutely. The bench is certainly working hard. Erica Cooper as well, looking good with the ball in her hand and finding the players that they need to, as well as taking those shots. So it's they're ticking along pretty well at the moment with that 35-9 lead. More of the same, I'd imagine, for the Rats, but the Vikings, they just need to switch on, a little bit quiet. A few heads were down, a little bit of frustration creeping into the faces of the players. For mine, not enough talk as well. You need, if you're down by a little bit, you need a little bit of, your leaders to start, starting to, pump the other players up and get them all motivated that they can come back. And it's probably lacking a little bit, but Dave Mead would certainly be telling them what needs to be done and how it should be done.
Definitely. I am not counting them out to come back here. It will take something quite excellent, but they've got the experience and the talent to really make this a good contest. Yeah, fantastic. Holly Scotcher was one for me that has been doing fantastic. And Grace Silverberg, we mentioned how much of an impact she has on the scoring for the Vikings and their success. Hasn't been able to find her groove just yet. Coughed up a couple of balls and a few turnovers. She will want to rectify that, because she really is one of the guns that they are hoping will bring this trophy home. Definitely. Sit alongside the Prem 1 men's from last night. Just heading back on court now. We'll run through the starting fives. Well, the fives that are taking the starting this second half. Anyway, for the Rats, they're all bunched together there. Nice and easy to see their numbers. With 53, Ilyana Matajevic. 22, Alison Francis, one we've been talking about. Number 19, Bronte Ridley, who's been doing pretty well as well. Captain, Kath McMullen. And Maddie Hunt.
Meanwhile, for the Vikings, it is Preston, Defoe, Jones, Mead.
That's the
and
start they
Silverberg.
wanted.
Yeah, they need a little bit more of that, a couple more points just to draw it back. I reckon if they can get within a couple with a handful, bring it to single figures, that last quarter could be a real humdinger. Got a lot of work between now and then, a lot of time. They managed to come away there with a 0 score attempt from the Rats.
It's all they need to focus on at the moment is the defensive set, what they need to do in that set, and then the offensive set.
Yeah.
One play at a time.
Oh, good pass inside, right idea. And again, really good defence from McMullen. Playing a real captain's knock, both ends of the court. G Vic inside of it. Mullen finds Francis. Oh, just bobbles in and out. It's off the side of the rim there. That one goes in.
Tough from McMullen.
And a couple of looks there. She would have been disappointed if they had to come away with no points. Jones to Mead. Turn and shoot there. She probably shot a little bit too quick. Didn't really have her eyes and her feet set on that occasion. Oh, good pass. Just unable to hold it in there, Ridley.
She's another one that's really impressed me, Bronte Ridley. She's come on and provided some really good minutes for him.
Good defensive pressure there as well. Inside to Mead, really needs to start setting her eyes and her radar. A couple of occasions there where she's got a round hunt.
Rats are certainly not giving Vikings anything easy.
No.
Vikings are being made to work extremely hard for any look at the moment.
And that occasion just not going their way either. The Rats have that comfortable lead. They don't want to let that scoring dry up down to that end. It looked good off the hand there from Jones, but just didn't fall. Oh, this is trouble. Dials it in, gets it from the wing. Francis again wide open for way too long. Really got to try and double down on her, I think, in the next the rest of the remainder of this quarter. Just try and negate some of her influence.
I expected her to be impressive, but she's totally blown my expectations off out of the world.
Yeah.
She's doing such a great job on offense specifically, but also on her defense and leading her team.
And as you said, old beyond her years, experience beyond her years, and really playing like one of the senior players.
Matijevic really showing her versatility there with a great three-pointer.
Yeah, skips away to a 43-11 lead now. It's 32 points. That's a big mountain for the Vikings to climb. Even with 7 minutes remaining. Calling a timeout down there. Yeah, well, 33-9 was a big lead. 43-11, that's a bigger lead. It is certainly going all the way of the Rats. You can see on the footage there, they're looking pretty happy with how everything's going. The Vikings need to dig deep. The experience of Dave Mead, helped out by Brad Jones there, just offering his thoughts and advice. Involved with the club for so long as president and coach. A bit of an idea there. And again, it looks like, unfortunately, some of the players are just a half heartbeat behind or a half step behind. Make it really, really tough.
I think what they need to focus on is if it's not this quarter, trying to win that last quarter. Come out of it with something positive like that.
Yep.
Because they're more than capable of doing so.
Yeah, exactly. We've mentioned the experience. We've mentioned the youth there. We've mentioned the eagerness and enthusiasm of some of the players. They just haven't been able to convert that into a run of points.
Rats have shown so far why they haven't been beaten this season.
Yeah, really have all the answers, don't they? They had all the answers for all the teams, so really showing an impressive one. They go through the season undefeated. That was a massive effort. Oh, good shot there from Preston. She hasn't stopped trying for the Vikings, Caitlin Preston. The defence has stepped up. Really strong, showing that they are not going to be easy beats. Really hard pressing there, making sure and marking down and boxing out. A couple of subs made there with Way and Cooper coming back in for Hunt and Ridley for the Rats. Oh, just bounces one too many times and falls over the edge for McMullen. A good baseball pass to Preston. And Turner. A bit more of that. Good hard running the floor from Preston again.
The bench was up with that one too.
Oh, another turnover. Good chance for the Vikings to get a couple of points in the bank. Another good pass. And going a great basket again, Preston.
This is better for the Vikings. Moving the ball, getting some easy looks inside and converting them.
Yeah, just running that floor hard, playing that hard D. Again, not quite a turnover on that occasion, but just an opportunity for the Vikings to slow it down. Really starting to frustrate the Rats offense.
You can really feel that they've lifted here, Vikings.
Yeah, they certainly have. Just off the foot there again. Uh, 14-second shot clock. And then hold them out here and get another stop. Come back downtown. Go hard running, the Vikings certainly won't rule themselves out of it. Good defence there by Preston. Way's been able to find the open McMullen. This time she doesn't miss, only takes the one opportunity.
It's a beautifully executed pick and roll.
Defoe. It's on the left hand. Finds Jones. Jones just kisses it in. Nice work. A bit of a run there. Really bringing it back, 26 points. Again, they go to their go-to player.
Strong rebound from Lily Cunningham there.
Yeah, needed to be. A couple of occasions, McMullen's had a few looks at the basket. Let's get her own rebound. But on that occasion, she commits a foul. A good pass, finds the open player. Preston bounces in again. She's a beneficiary of some very good passing, long passes. Good vision by the veteran players for the Vikings.
She's moving herself into space as well to make herself available.
Two shots there, not a bad foul to give by the Vikings. You can see, as you mentioned, enthusiasm starting to bubble through. The bench for the Vikings starting to be a bit more vocal. And the introduction of someone who says very eager and very enthusiastic. And Emily Leslie. Starting to fizz a little bit. Not a bad foul. McMullen misses the first. And the second. Would have liked to have got one of those to extend the lead. Scotcher. Sending out to Defoe. Hoadley. Finds Leslie. Trevor Crack draws a foul.
Good strong drive into the middle there, and she gets rewarded with the 2 shots.
Yeah. Collateral damage on the way through. It's ways down.
She certainly took a hard hit. Hope she's all right.
She just popped it either on the hip there or in the thigh. Pointy joint or something. Just causing a little bit of anguish. She'll get some ice on that. No doubt she'll return sooner or later. They will definitely need her down the stretch. Experience and size. Gets a second one on the board. Leslie. Therefore checks in for McMullen.
Leslie's come straight in and already made an impact.
Yeah, you highlighted her energy there, Emily, and yeah, she's your namesake, certainly living up to expectation. Another miss there. The Rats. Another opportunity for the Vikings to try and chip away at that lead. Hoadley off the glass, just doesn't get it to fall. Good D from Leslie. The ball on the outside. It's way over, but a bad rebound. One of the smaller players there. Norton.
Vikings are asking a few questions of the Rats in the last few minutes.
Just a little bit over physical in that on their trip down on the court. And off the ball foul. They really can't afford to throw their weight around too much because the referees are pulling it up, especially off the ball. Those strong screens, setting those screens and anything untowards, whether it's grabbing or charging or pushing. It just breaks their momentum. They need all the help they can get. That doesn't help. A good settler there from the Rats. Young Norton. Icing the cake. Coming away with that rebound. Throwing a foul. Rats will back themselves if they can weather this storm. They'll be looking okay. They know it's been a pretty tired quarter. They knew that the Vikings would be coming at them. Sykes to Hunt, back out to Cooper.
Great movement.
Oh, nice work. Erica Cooper. Highlighted her as a very good outside shooting option. She's had a couple of good looks from that 3-point range.
They use ball movement, make the defence have to work, and it leads to an open, easy shot for a great 3-point shooter in Erica Cooper.
Yeah. Up and under there, no good for Scotcher. We had a player there in Lily Cunningham, but they've managed to get a wall with the intercept, turnover. Scotcher waits for the troops to arrive. Finds Leslie. They get a foe. Oh, that bounce pass just didn't find its target, and Erica Cooper takes off with Norton.
Great block there, yeah.
Really good block. Well timed by Cunningham. Earlier in the game, she would have been tempted to, use the body, be a bit more physical, but she timed that perfectly. It's a little bit too long. Might have had an extra muffin or something at the afternoon tea, just too much energy. And send that one sailing over the ring. Would have been nice. A couple more of those from the Vikings, and they can draw that lead back. It's 51-22. That's still in the lead. Oh, out of traffic. Good work there from Everett. Gets it back.
Another block.
Another one, yeah, well done. Really monstering some of those smaller players inside. Cunningham just unable to get that pass just a little bit too high.
Cunningham's really impressed me on the defensive end. She's pulled down quite a few strong rebounds and really not letting them get easy shots in there at the moment.
Earned a break for her defensive efforts. Well done. Passed by Jess Mead. Caitlin Preston back on. Norton passing to Cooper. Preston is up to the task, still up to the task. Jess Mead, strong rebound, hits the deck. Able to find Leslie though from the floor. Just caught out there on her own. Scotcher, good screen by Leslie. She scored a double dribble. We'll talk about it at the quarter break. It's only 30 seconds till the quarter. Those fundamentals, you've got the inside coaching under 12s girls. Just making sure those fundamentals and bad habits don't creep in, so we'll get your thoughts on that and how players can improve. Ball went without it. Nobody really knew where that ball went. The Vikings have been able to find it. Only got a few seconds to go, but way over the back of the backboard. Mead. She was looking at playing Quidditch on that occasion. She threw it that high. It is the end of the quarter here at the Belconnen Basketball Stadium. It is the Ginninderra Rats proving that Lake Ginninderra, well, at the moment, is better than Lake Tuggeranong as they lead the Vikings 51-22. Davey J in the commentary booth, joined by Emily Hart, Prem 2 player, played a lot against a lot of these players over this year in the last couple of seasons, but also a rep coach. We alluded to it before. Things like those double dribbles and those extra steps, a lot of players, well, they grow up watching the NBA, and it seems that there's a little bit more, a little bit more coolness and, relaxation of the rules sometimes. They take that. Do you find that you have to drum out some of that from young players that when they watch, when you get a hands on them at that rep under 12s rep stage? Certainly. Yeah. But
I've been really impressed with the girls that I've worked with. They've got it down to a very minimal level.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, no matter what level you get to, you are going to occasionally travel.
Yep.
But it's about not doing it all the time.
All the time, yeah. All those extra steps. I know. Seen a couple of games where LeBron's taken 3 or 4 or 5 steps and nobody's called anything. Back in my day, whistle gets blown. So it's good to see that they're keeping on track and those fundamentals are still important. There's one good way that you can also improve your fundamentals, and that's getting your Ho-Ho Hustle on and joining us for the 3-on-3 Christmas Hustle. So if you're in the ACT area on December the 12th, make sure you sign up and register. It's here at our wonderful 3-on-3 courts. We're just having some 3-on-3 over today, over the last couple of weeks as well, down there on the courts. So the music's pumping, the games are pumping. We want you to get down there. You can find out all the details at basketballact.com.au. There is divisions for under 12s, under 14s, under 16s, under 18s and open. So yes, that means mums and dads, you can also join in the fun on court. Have a great day, Saturday, December the 12th. But you need to hurry because the Ho-Ho Hustle, well, it closes on Friday. So make sure you jump on and register straight away. Back into the action here, 51-22. It's a big lead for the Rats as we head into the final quarter. They've just got to maintain the rage, maintain what they're doing, keep going inside to the players that they know can score those points. And if they can't, kick them out to the players that can. They're starting to open up on the outside through Cooper, through Everett, through Ridley. Francis, as we've mentioned numerous times, has been very impressive today. And the Vikings have still a lot of work to do. Don't want to write them off. A championship club and a great team. Some big-time players as well. They need to start this quarter like they did the last quarter and really get a wriggle on. And Jones finds Preston. It's been pretty impressive for the Vikings. The best on their side of the ledger, I think. Another 2 points for them. Draws a little bit closer. We're right back at them, Ridley.
I think, as I said before, the Vikings should really aim to try and win this quarter and build on what was a better quarter last quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. On one occasion, the points, again, just deserting them. And as we mentioned, Beth Way back into it after a little knock, playing such a big part in how they play the game, the Rats, especially in that key. That one's just come off a couple of players, and it looks like the last one was a Vikings player, so the Rats get the ball again in good position. Just a little short on that occasion. Cunningham coming away with the rebound. Preston finds open Silverberg and gets it.
Great find and great shot from Silverberg. Hopefully that'll get her going.
Yeah. Just hasn't really lit fire just yet, but that'll help. 3 points there. 53-27. 8.5 minutes remaining in this game. A couple of big bodies coming hard at each other there. And that's Beth Way coming off second best, called for the charge. Well, they're really starting to pressure Preston now. They know that she's one of the key go-to players. Turner finds herself in the open. That one not only short, but wide as well. She had a really good look there. Just didn't set her feet properly. Francis double teamed. Probably should have started doing that in the first quarter. The Vikings might have stuffed out a few extra points if they had applied that. Jones just off the bottom of the backboard. Showing her frustration there. Getting that foul.
It's definitely getting a little bit more physical at the start of this quarter.
Hopefully all the players can keep their cool. In the grand final, you want to put as much as you can into it. It's not like the professional leagues where you get a couple of goes at it and you can sort of build over a series. There's a one-off here at the Basketball ACT Prem 2 Women's Grand Final. There's nothing worse than going home thinking what you could have and should have done, but didn't. Wayward pass there from Silverberg, just really hasn't settled into the game thus far. Double team.
I've been really impressed with this Rats team. I knew they were undefeated, but still to come out in a grand final where there's a little bit more pressure, there'll be a little bit more nerves, and they haven't really shown it in many moments at all.
No, that's right. Their composure's been pretty good across the board for the whole game. Oh, good block there from Francis. The big players down there trying to get that basket. Just almost 3 or 4 looks at it. Jones, Cunningham, Silverberg, all just unable to convert. A little bit of the story of their game. Call a timeout. The score is 53-27. in favour of the Ginninderra Rats. They've certainly got one hand on the championship shield. Just under 7 minutes remaining. With 7 minutes remaining or so, and with a lead this big, as you mentioned, winning their quarter becomes important for the Vikings. Is it a case of just continuing and trying things that they've been doing this quarter and the last quarter, or do they try and mix it up a little bit more, give them different looks? What are your thoughts?
Well, I've been really impressed with their defensive intensity in this last quarter, and they need to continue with that. On offense, they're getting some better looks in the last few quarters, getting some nice shots inside, and getting a few perimeter shots. So I think they've just got to continue to do that and be aggressive and not shy away from taking those shots.
Yeah, if they can get on a bit of a run, it'd be great if they can get to, within 13, 40 points. For the game thus far. Still plenty of time to do that, but they certainly need to get those stops, and they have been. They've been making them work hard for their shots down there, and it's only been the occasional ones that the Rats have been able to convert. So if they can get on a bit of a run, it's a big ask, 13-0 run, and then they've still got another, 13 points to get, to 14 points to get in front. So haven't really threatened from outside either. So they're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way and send it inside for those bread and butter points. Right intention there. Emiliana Metajevic. Sykes wasn't a little bit too far to get that ball and sails over the baseline. The Vikings come back. And Silverberg, let's fly. Sykes managed to get the rebound, bring it up court. McMullen on the court. A bit further away than where she used to. Finds herself in the middle now.
As well as being a good inside player, McMullen has a decent, actually a nice mid-range jump shot. But we haven't really had to see too much of that today, but it's certainly in her arsenal shooting out there.
Sykes lets fly from downtown, just on the inside of the rim. Both fighting for the ball, which is fantastic, and finds McMullen. Always seems to be in the right spot at the right time for those putbacks. Should be upwards of 12 points plus, I'd imagine. A good cut off there by Everett. Two Vikings players just under the basket. Did well to cut it off. Hoadley's out there, Silverberg trying to make it happen for her. Oh, another good basket there for Jones.
Nice move.
A little bit long. Comes back in the game. Watch for her. I'm sure she'd like to get a couple more threes from downtown. They'll give her opportunity. She places Everett for the Rats. So a little touch on the ball. Vikings possession. Pressing to Cunningham. Coming out to Hoadley. It's past Metajevic pretty easily on that occasion.
Not exactly sure what the quarter score is, but I think it would be pretty close at this stage.
Needs to make this.
And that will help.
Yeah, it does so. Well done, Silverberg. Good running. Will elude the defenders from the Ginninderra Rats. 22. Ridley. Nice.
Nice settler.
Gives him a bit of breathing space. Halts that run. Especially skips around to Silverberg. Oh, it just rolls off. Again, just maybe taking her eyes off it just before she got it into her hands properly. Another timeout. It's such a big lead as well. you could probably excuse the Rats for just clocking off a little bit early, but they're still working, they're still trying hard, they're still trying their shots and making those shots. It's important, isn't it, to finish strong through the game in the quarter and not just let them catch up in the last few minutes.
Well, I'm sure that's why he called the timeout. They're just getting a little bit unsettled, and he'll want them to finish this game out how they started it.
Yeah, I think so. Instructions, Michael Haynes, assistant coach Mario Warner, to the Rats to basically do that. We've certainly got the players. That 2 points, that jump shot from Ridley certainly helped. Just ease it out and say, hey, look, we've still got a bit of work to do. There's nothing worse than sort of having that lead and seeing it dwindle with a few minutes remaining. That's when the panic sets in. On the other side of the ledger, Mead likely saying, hey, keep the hustle on, get a few more runs like that, we can bring it in a little bit closer, and as you mentioned, win that quarter, come away with a small victory.
They've really lifted their energy. You know, that they could have been down and out, but they haven't done that. They've come and fought and continue to fight.
Yep.
And hopefully they'll win this quarter and then hold their head up high after this game.
Yeah, exactly. Norton on the court for the Rats. They played the ball to Cooper on the wing, but a Vikings defender just tips it out. Cooper again into a bit of traffic. They manages to kick it out. Oh, nice work. Liliana Matajevic.
Once again, showing her versatility. I'm really excited to see how she progresses in the next few years.
Yeah, a little bit of filling out to do, a little bit more growing to be done. Certainly all the good attributes. What you want in a Prem 1 player. Step up for the club. No doubt in the future. If I'm not mistaken, the Tuggeranong Vikings didn't have a Prem 1 women's this year. So this is their top team. But I tell you what, next season or two, if they can start filtering some of these players, get a few more recruits, it could be a very, very solid team. Again, one thing that's impressed me right across the board this year, across all the clubs, is the young talent that's coming through. It's just fantastic.
The future looks bright for Canberra basketball.
Yeah, very much so.
This Prem competition too is such a great opportunity for those young players to verse older players with more experience.
Yeah, continue their learning beyond the junior ranks into seniors. Good coaches involved in all the programs and all the clubs. Trying to filter through. One thing we certainly wouldn't mind is Cooper lets fly with 3, misses on that occasion for the Rats. It's similar to the solar farm that's out in the outskirts of Canberra, somewhere where they're farming 6'2", 6'3" females with, you know, good skills and good fundamentals, and filtering those in the clubs. It'd be nice to have a production line, a pipeline of some tall talent as well, and really compete not only at the representative levels, but higher up into the nationals and those kind of things. That'll come with time. And I tell you what, the strength of the young players right across the board is very impressive.
Another one.
Another good shot there from Ileana Matajevic. Pegged her as a solid support on the scoring front. She's certainly proving us correct on that. And kicks it out to a 30-point lead. It's done just on 2 minutes 40 remaining in the game. Defoe just taking a knee there. And not a good way for the captain to finish. So if she's okay, she's going to try her hardest to inspire her team. She takes the seat, no doubt will get some ice on there. Should be done for tonight. Cooper across the line, McMullen inside to Hunt. Had a good game. Oh, I thought that was going to be another one there, Miliana.
Bit of a heat check.
And again, guess who was there sniffing around for that rebound? One and only Kath McMullen.
Rats have certainly settled after that little run from the Vikings.
Yep.
A couple of big shots for Matijevic and McMullen.
Finishes off with that and one. And they certainly want to finish the game on their terms. A good pass from Turner to Preston. She's impressed me today for the Vikings.
Definitely.
Oh, almost got her own rebound. It does draw a foul. Francis coming back in to finish the game. McMullen takes the seat. 2 minutes remaining. You'd imagine that her night's done as well. She's had a very impressive outing in this Prem 2 Women's Grand Final. Preston just caught in a bump there. Still committed to try and get the ball back. Oh, Francis, great pass. On the run, Norton finishes it with style. That was a very classy play so late in the game.
The future of Rats right there, Francis and Norton.
Oh, absolutely. Combined with some of the guns that were on display for the Rats last night, unfortunately unable to get the job done. There's a very experienced Dodgers team in the Prem 1 women, but I tell you what, looking very bright, the Rats, their future there, incorporating players like Tash Lyle and Emmy Clark, some of their senior players as well, Izzy Morgan, some of more of these young up-and-comers. They're very, very good. You can show why they've been in the grand final for the last 2 years. The Rats, both Prem 1 and Prem 2 women. Cooper.
Make the long walk down for 2 shots here.
Some of the air getting sucked out of the last few minutes there with the fouls, but as long as you get the points if you can. On that occasion, just short. A bit of the story of their night, the Vikings just hitting the front of that ring. It's more than one occasion. That one looks a lot better than Mead. Number 33. Oh, good rebound, good drive, draws the foul. There's the line. Norton's been impressive today. A little bundle of energy. Again, short. Managed to go for it, get her own rebound. Put those points in the bank. It counts. And one. Yeah, you can understand why the Rats haven't got a lineup now on the free throw. They're just going to let her do it all herself, Norton. Rebound a few players there. Gets that one, very impressive.
Has not stopped being aggressive at all, even how big the margin is, Rats.
Basket there from Preston. Another deserved 2 points. She's certainly been playing a bit of a solo hand down there for the Vikings, whether under the basket or leading the attack. She'll be able to go home and, yeah, so she gave it her all, that's for sure. Turner looking to brush past Cooper. Right idea. Pass to Leslie. Just wasn't in front of Matijevic there. Just over 40 seconds remaining in this one. As optimistic as I like to be, Emily, I have to say, I don't think the Vikings can come back from there.
I think that's a fair call.
Yeah, I think we can call it now. I don't want to, put any pressure on either of us. I think that's it. They just keep piling on the points, 72 to 37.
Hopefully Vikings get a few more points here to finish off the game.
Yeah. Turner looks to try and get past Cooper. Almost second-guessed herself there. Not only trying to get past Hunt, but those big hands prevented any movement of the ball. Norton, double team, finds Cooper open. Kicks it in. Oh, just off the under the side of the glass for Manajevic. A baseball pass from Turner, intercepted by Hunt. To count down to the final 10 seconds. Skids off the lid. Vikings, as I said, 4 seconds remaining, their final play. Intercepted. Ridley goes up for it. That's all she wrote.
Congrats to the Rats, thoroughly deserved.
Absolutely.
Undefeated all season, and then finished it out with a great game in the grand final.
Super effort there, like you said, undefeated, 18-0, if you conclude the semi-final last week as well. So they've gone through undefeated. That in itself is fantastic, a great record. But the fact that they've won the grand final here in the Prem 2 women, 72 to 37 over the Tuggeranong Vikings. That'll help ease the pain a little bit of last night's Prem 1's women's defeat, and a great effort all round. Just quickly before we jump down and make the official presentations, some of the players who you thought were pretty impressive for both teams?
For Rats, Ali Francis, I just thought she was phenomenal, but also Norton and Matijevic really were excellent, as well as McMullen. I could go on.
You could go on,
So many of them were so great. For Vikings, Caitlin Preston stood out to me. Ash Jones was alright, and Scotcher was alright.
Was good.
Leslie was good with energy. They should be really proud of themselves. Making a grand final is not easy.
Yep.
And they got there and really fought till the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're going to wrap it up. We're going to go down to the courtside and present our runners-up and our champions with their loot and their booty, and say thanks to a few of our people. So it's David J here wrapping it up. Emily, thank you so much for joining us. All the very best for the rep program coming up in terms of coaching, as well as for your own aspirations. It's been a pleasure to have you in the commentary booth.
Thanks for having me. I've loved it.
No problems. We'll be back here soon for the men's grand final. But until then, we're going to go down and present some champions with their winnings.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, women's grand final run and done. We're going to present a few things to the winners and commiserate with the runners up very shortly. But we'd like to recognise and thank our floor wipers for tonight's game. We've got Emily Pine, Sophie Pine, Lacey, and Hannah Maddox over there. Come up, guys. We've got something for you to say thank you for a great job and keeping the floor nice and safe. Just come over here and grab a photo. Well done. There's something to aspire to, being part of the Rats team, prep team in the future. They could be playing here very shortly, so well done to them. We'd also like to thank our referees for their efforts in the big games, Katie Galvin and Kirsty Budner coming up. Kept them in check. And as we say, without the referees, we certainly don't have a game. And they did a pretty good job of keeping that one on check. Got very physical there. Well, unfortunately, events like this, there is one winner and there is one runner-up. And we'd like to call our runners-up, the Vikings, to come on up. We've got a little something for you. It is a huge effort to make a grand final in any competition. A great balance of experience and youth in the Vikings. All the very best for next year. Yep. And we'd like to make a special announcement that Meg Defoe is retiring after a very lengthy career. The bow out in the grand final is a super effort, so well done. And excellent work. And it's now time to crown our 2020 Prem 2 Women's Champions. Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. They made up for last night. They've got the trophy for this year. In the Prem 2, I reckon a lot of you will be tapping those Prem 1 players and going, hey, look what we did. I want your spot. Come on up. It is the Ginninderra Rats, ladies and gentlemen. And just before you settle in for your photos, if we'd ask that we'd like the captain, Kath McMullen, to come over and grab the shield. It always makes a pretty good addition to any champion photo. Come and get the premiership shield, Kath. Well, t-shirts look good. The shield's what it's all about. Congratulations once again to our 2020 Prem 2 Women's Champions, the Ginninderra Rats. Well done once again to the Rats. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're not hanging around for the Prem 2 men's game, we're going to ask you to head out the door on court 2. You're more than welcome to stay, of course. But if you want to go and celebrate or commiserate, we're going to get you to head out this way. Make sure you settle back, relax, get ready, because we've got the Prem 2 men's grand final on the way right here at the Belconnen Basketball Stadium.